6, 2, 5. Hey, welcome to the Jack Squared. Welcome
Whoa,
to the Jaysquared
Jaysquared.
Podcast. My name is Jesoma,
I'm J-Rock.
and we have an awesome show for you today. Okay, so we've actually been talking for a while earlier before this. I mean, I feel like we've just been so consistent. And guys, thank you for the support. And shout out to TikTok for 1,000 followers. I know to some people it might
Insanity.
not seem like a lot, but the amount of time that we've been on TikTok and like have been pretty inactive and then ramping up our activity and to see how much people do interact with us. I mean, even if it's going to be on in like 10 days, I mean, I still enjoy the love. I appreciate
Yeah. Y'all made me get
it.
a TikTok, so I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I've if you guys have ever been fans of the J Square podcast, I've been telling J Rock to get a TikTok for I don't know how long. And now we broke her. We
Yeah,
did
but
it,
it'll
guys.
never be Vine. It'll never be Vine.
We did it, Joe. So let's start this off. How was your week? Okay, all right. So I had a pretty funny week, I guess. I mean, things have just been
Mhm.
up and down. I mean, I guess personally, but emotionally, I've been pretty stable. Just finding ways to cope with different things. You know, when you miss something and then you like see a picture and you're like, damn. But then you start to think about the positive things. I'm starting to get into that kind of, vibe of my life right now. So, I mean, that's where I am. How about you? Kind of just over it?
Um, over this semester, kinda. I think I'm just tired.
Or are you over this oligarchy? No, I'm kidding. No, but seriously, shit's hitting the fan and it's happening fast. But we're not here to give you
I'd
guys a
rather just
political
ignore it.
lesson about exactly. We're not here to give you guys a breakdown of, or a political discourse of how terrorists are fucking ruining our country. We're gonna talk about some fun stuff. So I have my hot take of the day.
Okay,
My
go
hot
off.
take is that concerts are overrated. Hear me out.
Oh wow. No,
Concerts
I will
are
not.
fucking overrated.
No,
Listen, listen,
no.
listen, listen, listen.
We should
I
have
can
done my hot
understand.
take.
No, 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 no. I can understand
Yeah.
early on what.
We should have just done my hot take.
Too bad. We went with mine. This is the decision you made. This is what happens when you play Russian roulette. So the thing is that I can understand in the 70s, right? We didn't have high definition TV. We didn't have any of that stuff. So going to a concert back then, it was the bee's knees. It makes all the sense in the world. But now we have 4K quality. We have audio that is a bajillion times better than what we
Dude,
had back
you're
then.
this
We don't need
proves
to be there. Music videos are
this
incredible
proves
now.
that you are not
It
a music
proves
person.
what? Listen, I'm just
It
saying.
proves that you're not a music person
I
at
don't need to
all.
see the
You'd
artist
rather
in person.
listen to AI stuff. You'd rather watch stuff on YouTube and shit instead of going in person and actually, touching grass and listening to the person to see if they actually sing the same and watching a
I don't want
performance.
to touch the grass, bro. First of all,
Yeah, nah.
concerts are always
Fuck out of here,
sweaty.
bro.
People get muddy. People get attacked.
Nah.
I'm too old to be
Muddy
in a place.
in a
People, I'm
stadium?
It's not just in a stadium. Remember when we went to go see Blink 182, and then we
Yeah,
kept
that's
getting tossed
different.
in mosh pits?
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa, whoa,
it is
whoa,
different.
whoa. Tossed is crazy.
Tossed is crazy,
Yeah.
dude. I'm just
Is the
saying.
guy that was freaking in the mosh pit, throwing people on the floor and running around? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, I'm not gonna say I didn't have fun. I'm just saying they're overrated.
Hey,
Like,
I have a question for you. Okay, you think they're overrated, right? Hey, don't you play live music? Aren't you in a band? I hate you so much.
Hey, listen. Buy our tickets. Don't buy- All right. Oh wow. Oh, big whoop, you got me. So that was my
Sheesh.
hot take. That's
Well,
all I wanted to
well,
say.
well, that Paradox reunion is not looking too good, y'all. Jesus.
Damn, I really set myself up. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So on to sports and entertainment.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
you've got this. You've got this. You got March Madness handled. I mean, I know the gist of what's happening, but you know the details. So go over it. What's going on?
All right, we'll start with the men's side because, like, we don't really care. But congratulations to the Florida Gators for winning March Madness. They played Houston in a very close game. I think Florida was losing, and then Houston just blew up in the last couple seconds. So shout out to the Florida Gators. They've been coming back from every game throughout March Madness, and they kind of just took off come January, February, to go up in the rankings and actually like look like the team to beat. So that's all I'll say about them.
Okay.
All right, now moving on to like the bigger deal. Obviously, so women's March Madness, UConn. I've been saying it all year. You know how I feel about Paige Beckers for years. So,
I
am
like
I
her
wrong?
redemption. You're right. No, you're right. You're right. I think she's an amazing athlete, amazing player. I guess I just had to. Okay, so I had South Carolina. At first, okay, I wanted Juju to win. That was my first thing because I thought Juju was killing it. When she got hurt, then I was like, all right, I want South Carolina to go ahead and win because I like the coach. But
Yeah.
then I got reminded because I forgot about Paige's story. And I was like, damn, that is pretty hard how she went from that big ass injury to what she did this year, really showing up. Then I was like, you know what? She deserved it. She deserved it. I stand corrected. So
Okay. We'll
I
we'll
get it.
go over it in more detail because I've gotten just
I
sort of
understand
slowly
it
more
now.
into women's basketball. So I do
Yeah.
appreciate you saying your
Not
take.
not that I okay, it's not that I'm not a person that's into just women's basketball. I'm just not a person that's
He's
into
not a
sports
sports
in
person.
general. So,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Let's clear that off.
don't
We'll start
don't
there.
don't
You
come
don't
for
want no
me.
smoke.
I
You
don't
don't
want
want
no
no smoke.
smoke. I want no smoke. So go
All right,
ahead.
so we'll start off. UConn beat South Carolina 82-59 to win their 12th. I don't know if you could see that. National championship. Okay, 12, which is insane. They're basically the basketball national, like the capital of it. Um, but yeah, so like Jesoma said before, we both are Don Staley fans. South Carolina is a great team, great coach, but what they're missing is a key player that could take over the game. And from watching them all tournament, they struggled. They struggled with Duke. Okay, Duke took them to the end of the game, and Duke should have probably won that game, but they folded. Um, but South Carolina struggled, and when you're in a tournament, you want to make sure that your team is going up the whole time. Like the U.S. women's national team during the Olympics, each game they were just getting better and better and better, and it didn't look like they were going to lose. And that's what UConn was doing throughout the tournament. I mean, to go back, they beat USC. Obviously, they didn't have Juju because she got hurt, but they beat them by 14, which was a number one seed. Then they played UCLA, the number one team in the country, and beat them by 34. Belt to ass.
Do
Okay?
you think that hold on, do you think that they're saying a lot if they beat USC without Juju?
I think it would have been closer, but I still think UConn would have won. I
You
think
think they would have taken it?
USC, yeah. USC does not have a team apart from Juju.
Like I was watching I was watching a game. Well, I wasn't really watching it. I just saw that, for example, it was in the NBA that Luca got ejected, and once he got ejected, then you see that the whole game kind of got blown up. It's one of those things like without their star player, or like
Mhm.
does a win really count as much? You get me? Because that star player could change everything. And
Yeah,
without that
I
star
agree,
player,
but
it's kind of like their whole dynamic is thrown off. You get
I'll get
me?
back to that. I'll get back
Okay,
to
go
that
ahead.
because I need to. I'll go over why I think UConn's big three was not going to be beat this tournament.
Got you.
So after they mollywopped UCLA and broke the
Hmm.
record for UCLA with the worst loss in tournament history, 34. Then they beat South Carolina, the other number one seed in the championship game, by 23. So you're telling me this team beat three back to back to back number one seeds, and they were ranked number two? Crazy work. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So now going back to the big three, AZ Fudd, who also has a history of injuries, who missed a whole year because of a torn ACL. She tore her ACL twice, tore her meniscus, had a knee sprain, came back, and was the most outstanding player in the Final Four. Literally, she, in my opinion, if she comes out hitting everything, UConn's not losing. That kid's
Okay.
just way too good. Like mini Steph Curry mixed with Klay Thompson because she could still drive and she could throw it up with the left. That's one. Two,
Okay.
you have Sarah Strong, who came out of nowhere. Freshman. Literally fresh out of high school. 24 points, 15 rebounds. The whole tournament, she scored the most points in the tournament for a freshman. Broke the record. The kid could shoot threes, could shoot mid range, take it into the post, freaking rebound out of her mind. She could pass the ball. She could come up the court dribbling, attack. People are comparing her to Maya Moore. Literally, like, this kid is the future number one draft pick. And then you have
Gotcha.
Paige.
Yeah.
Paige was not going to lose. And then you have the other key players around in UConn, which I won't name because we'll be here for a while. But yeah, no. It
Okay.
was
I
a
guess.
perfect ending. Yeah. In my opinion, while I do want Juju to win one, I don't think she was going to win it this year. I think she'll win one when she comes back from injury.
Okay.
That's my
You,
opinion.
you
I
think it
think
was
Juju does have.
Paige's year?
Yeah, it was definitely Paige's year. I mean, UConn could probably run it back. I wouldn't. Still put South Carolina up there. I
I
think UCLA is overrated, but
I
that's
think
just
that
my
if
take.
it I think that if it comes back around, I don't think Paige is going to be here because I think it's leading into the next point, which would be the WNBA draft. Right?
Yeah, but regardless of Paige even being there, I still think UConn has.
Really, with no Paige.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
They still
I
have,
don't.
dude. They still have firepower. You have the
Nah, it's
duo
not.
coming back. You have AZ Fudd coming back. You still have Sarah Strong, who's going to be a sophomore, and then whatever other freshmen they're going to pick up.
Okay.
I still think they'll make it. They might. I don't know if they'll go back to back, but they'll definitely be Final Four for sure.
That's what I'm thinking about because if you have
Who
the
who
buzz.
who would compete against them next year then?
So the thing is that I would say Jude. Okay, the buzz that's going around Juju, that's what's going to attract those dollars.
Yeah, but she's out next
That's
year.
going. You think she's going to be out next year too?
The whole year. It's an ACL. That's 8 to 12 months, my guy.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Never
that's
mind.
what I'm saying. Like, don't count on
Then
Juju
yeah,
next year.
yeah. I was saying, yeah, that's what I was kind of banking on because I was like, if she's coming back, then they're gonna put some money into that fucking school. They're gonna get the
Okay.
players they need.
Well, I'll get to that now. So obviously, shout out to UConn, shout out to Paige and the whole team, AZ Fudd, Sarah Strong,
Hmm.
all of them. But Gina Ariamo obviously winning his 12th. That man is crazy. But it was the third most watched championship game of all time with 8.5 million views, which is,
Whew.
again, doing numbers. Everyone was like, oh, well, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
So here's going back to this USC Juju situation. So a lot of players have hit the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of big players, mainly Olivia Miles, who was in Notre Dame, was supposed to be the second round pick, or the second pick of the first round. And she was like, I'm going back to college. And by the way, I'm transferring to TCU, which is crazy work. Then you have Malaysia Fulwiley, who is a baller from South Carolina, who hit the transfer portal. And might I add, AZ Fudd put her in her pocket. She locked her down in the championship game. Crazy work. And then all of UCLA's freshman class hit the transfer portal, which is insane because they were just in the Final Four. And there's been key players from Arizona, Notre Dame, and USC who have left.
Okay.
So not only are some leaving for their drafts, but others are transferring out. And that's what I need you to focus on right now. Because when Juju comes back, the key is going to be the players around her. Because she could take the team. We see that. But you need like an AZ Fudd to Paige. You need someone for Juju. It was supposed to be Kiki, but she's obviously going to the draft. But you need that either 1, 2, big 3 players, because then UConn ended up being a big 3.
Yeah, that's true. That does make sense. I guess in hindsight, when you do look at it, there was a stronger structure, even though Juju was a better individual player.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's what kind of lit that fuse. You have UConn that's a better team. It's the whole
Yeah.
comparison to the LeBron Warriors thing. Better player,
Yes.
but
Perfect.
then
Perfect
better team.
example. Yeah,
Gotcha. All
perfect
right.
example. Juju, obviously one of the best player in college basketball, won everything, honestly.
Yeah.
But she needs key player. She needs a D Wade to her LeBron.
Yeah. Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So what's going on with the WNBA draft?
Cool. So WNBA draft is on Monday, 7:30 on ESPN if you want to watch it.
Okay.
Obviously, Paige Beckers is going to be the number 1 pick. Going to go to the Dallas Wings, which is exciting. A lot of guards that were supposed to be in the WNBA decided to go back to college, like Olivia Miles and AZ Fudd.
Okay.
They still had another year, but honestly, I think it wasn't a good move for Olivia Miles. I don't think she could go higher than a number 2 pick. So we'll see what happens there. With AZ, I think her stock was a little bit low because she was coming back from an injury. I think after this championship, she's looking at a top 3, top 5 pick for next year, especially if she does really good next year. I don't care. I love that kid. That kid, I can't wait for her to get drafted. She's very underrated compared to other players. But then some players to watch because we really don't know where they might go. Georgia Amore, who played in Kentucky, she's like 5'5". She's really good, but she's short. So that'll be the key of like what team picks her up. Sanaya Fagan, who played for South Carolina, forward center, big kid, really good in the post, could rebound. Definitely will add size to whatever team she goes to. Obviously Kiki from USC, another tall post player, has a midi, could potentially be good. And then there's this random player that we haven't really heard of, Dominique Malonga, who's supposed to be the second pick, plays in France, played for the French national team that won silver last year. People are comparing her to Wemby.
Really?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. 6'5", by the way.
But man, it sucks that I don't know. No, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And then you have Anissa Morrow from LSU, who's also a post player, could shoot. And then obviously Haley Van Lith, who went to TCU after being at Louisville and LSU. Definitely brought her stock up. So we'll see where they get drafted. It'll be exciting. But the one player we are all hoping does not get drafted is Sedona Prince, who is just an awful human being.
Why?
Assault, sexual abuse to her ex-girlfriends. Um,
Oh shit.
mhm. um,
Jesus Christ.
Basically, yeah, has been in college for 7 or 8 years. I think she's like 24 or something, but just or older. I don't know. Just like an awful human being. And if people aren't giving Kennedy Carter a chance to be on the team, Sedona Prince should not be.
Got you. Jesus
But yeah,
Christ.
that's a
Well,
wrap up on this.
everybody watches women's sports. All right. So I guess we'll move on to our series recap. Recap.
Wait, wait,
Our
wait,
series.
wait, wait, wait.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
We forgot the MNBA. MNBA.
Oh, did we really?
The men's
Oh, my
NBA.
bad. Like honestly, MNB, MNB. Okay, so
I saw that
the
on
East
TikTok.
play pretty much like yeah. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal to be honest with you. Like, not much is shaken to be real. I
Yeah,
think
the playoffs are coming.
the players are coming. I mean, there's not people don't really aren't really that invested.
All I'll
Simply
say,
because. Mhm.
I only have one comment to say, and it's the Heat somehow once again made it to the play-in game. Just please stop. Fire everyone. Just
Yeah.
fire everyone.
I mean, it's like they have a streak and then they burn out. It's like literally it doesn't make any sense to me at this point.
I got a hot take.
Go ahead.
I've been saying this for years, but maybe it's time to move on from Eric Spoelstra.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Honestly,
Let me
my
know what y'all
thoughts are
think. Heat fans, let me know what y'all think.
okay. Okay. We'll go ahead and clip this just so we kind of get an idea of what everybody else thinks about it. Um but it just doesn't feel like it hits the same. There needs to be a couple of stars to make it even, you make it super enjoyable. And like people say this, and now I kind of understand the gravity. Like, what are you gonna do when Steph and LeBron retire? Like, because like a lot of people,
You know what's crazy though? I haven't watched a single game this season.
and you're a huge Steph fan,
Yeah.
so they're just not bringing it like they used to. I don't know, but I mean, hopefully around the playoffs, then things start to pick up.
Maybe
There's
I'll
more
tune in.
storylines.
I
Yeah,
know the Warriors might play the Lakers, which will be I don't think the Warriors might I don't think the
yeah.
Warriors will win.
The thing is that just from like kind of watching the games themselves, it takes so much. It takes so much to keep them in, and it's hard when you need to have one person be literally on fucking fire, which is Steph. He needs to
Yeah.
be on fire. Like he had like a 50-point game one day, and then the next, like not the next game directly, but a couple games later, he had a 3-point game. You like
Wasn't he hurt too? I thought he fell on
I
his like butt bone.
he hurt his groin or some shit like that, but it's just that they become dependent on him way too much, and
Yeah.
now no like at least you had Clay if you didn't have Steph. So those 7 game series didn't feel so long because you're
Mhm.
already at least we had game 6 Clay, but now we got game 6 Draymond or Jimmy Butler.
Dre
We don't
or
know.
Jimmy.
So I mean, it's just gonna be difficult for them. I mean, I don't see it, but now like you look at the Lakers and it's like, oh, the tools are kind of coming together. You so you see them like kind of operate. They played against Dallas, and Luca literally wiped his ass with
I
Dallas.
mean, but that we knew that was coming. He wanted to
Yeah,
prove that
and
Dallas fucked up.
he made a statement, bro. 31
Oh, the
points in the first
commercial?
half.
Oh.
Yeah, and then bro, like he really shut that shit up. And it's like when you have that type of passion that is kind of missing from other players, like you have AD who gets hurt very regularly. So kind
Kyrie,
of
who's out.
Kyrie's out with that who played like, I mean, going to that free
ACL.
throw line, that was crazy.
No, he's
That that was insane.
yeah.
As much as people might be like skeptical about him, that like
Even though he's
he has heart.
crazy.
Yeah, he has heart.
Yeah.
But the passion just isn't there for a lot of players, and the players that do have the passion are on the wrong teams, my opinion. So I don't know.
Well, that's a good take.
Um,
That's a good take.
appreciate it. Thank you. I tries. All right. So
Yeah, after your
moving.
fuck up hot take. Yeah. I still can't believe
Damn.
you said that shit, bro.
Hey, that's why it's a hot take. It's hot.
A hot take
Damn.
for yourself, bro. For yourself. Like, what are you doing?
So
All
on to our
right.
series recap. Talk to me about the pit. What is that?
Okay, so The Pit is basically a hospital show, more in the setting of ER, less in the setting of Grey's Anatomy. So it's
Mhm.
actual medicine that you're seeing, and less like dramatic sexual relationships in hospital rooms like Grey's Anatomy. No shade, because
Gotcha.
I do love Grey's Anatomy. No shade.
You're gonna be like,
I do.
no shade. I love fucking in a hospital room, but
No comment. So The Pit basically, each episode is a different hour from the shift that they're working. So it starts at 6 a.m. episode 1 and then goes on. But each episode you see like what it would feel like working in a hospital, where there'll be deaths throughout a different hour of your shift, and there'll be times where you'll save people. There'll be times where you have to deal with more than just being a doctor and, having to talk to people about next step cares, trying to figure out if, like you need to call a therapist because you need to do a check on them. And then the last 2 or 3 episodes of before the season finale basically went through a festival shooting and how intense it is for a hospital to take patients, knowing that they don't have enough staff, knowing that they don't have enough rooms, but still have to make it into like a war zone ER where people are just trying to use whatever tools they have to make sure that they are able to save people's lives. And then even the doctors donating blood on the spot, which technically they aren't supposed to do, but they showed it in the show because they had to find ways to save people who needed blood. Um, Honestly, probably one of the best shows I've seen this year. Definitely the best medical show I've seen ever. Um, it made me cry. There's a bunch of episodes where I cried where like kids died, or like the festival episodes were pretty intense. But definitely do recommend it if you're into that show and you're not like iffy about
squeamished.
blood or just like seeing bones and shit like that. I'm desensitized because of my job. But yeah, definitely recommend if you're into that.
Oof. Okay. Now, what about the
Probably
White
not your
Lotus?
type.
Nope, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Be real with you.
Yeah.
I'm first off, I'm squeamish. Second,
Yeah.
I I don't like hospital shows. I'm just not a big hospital guy. So
Hmm.
I mean, unless it's like a comedy type of thing. But
Yeah,
I
no.
even
It's
then, the only
yeah.
show that I did like was Scrubs. That was hospital based, but again, that was like a comedy. So I'm
Yeah.
just not that type.
Yeah. So I definitely do recommend it if you're into that style of show.
Mhm.
For the White Lotus, the season ending, I'm gonna be real with you. This is probably my least favorite season out of all of them.
What? You had such high
Yeah.
hopes.
I will say the acting, top tier. Acting was really good. But the writing, the storylines, apart from like the girlfriend group who actually their storyline was probably the best written,
Yeah.
other than that, it was ass.
No, not
Yeah.
ass.
The people that died this season, we knew they were gonna die from like 2 episodes ago.
That's why I don't like. Okay, so that's why I don't like when things are like telegraphed so easily. like in
But
shows.
that's the thing. They haven't been telegraphed in the first 2 seasons.
Got you. Okay.
So this one was just like and a lot of the ways that the characters like their I guess development or like their arc, a lot of it to me it didn't really make sense or hit as much as people are trying to make it seem. And some people are like, "Oh, it's just a slow burn. It'll grow on you if you watch it again compared to other seasons." Nah. Nah. There's nothing to me that will top season 2. Season 2 was just fucking insane. It was so good. But this season, great acting, great like scenes that you could recall, but overall as a whole, no.
Ass. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, so I want to let you know I did see Invincible. I finished it.
I
Saw the
want to
whole thing.
hear what you have to say and then just be let in with disappointment. So can just go on.
I'm sorry, J-Rock. That was the best fucking season
Thank you.
ever, bro.
Thank you.
I mean, it was the best
Thank
season
you.
ever.
Thank
Nah.
you.
Like
Finally, bro.
the only thing that comes close is season 1. But bro,
Not even
that
though.
shit
Those last 3
when
episodes.
when that motherfucker was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell you some secrets." Like, oh
Yeah.
shit, leave me
His
alone.
fucking monologue. His monologue
Yo,
about I'm just so lonely.
I'm so
They gave
lonely.
me this
They told
name
me to do the job, and I did the job
I
good,
did
and now I'm getting
so
money to do the
well.
job. Yo, I was like,
Bro.
yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yo,
And like,
dude.
bro, Adam Eve, yo, I'm sorry.
She
She
went
hit that
OP.
fucking yo, real talk. I was like, yo, he's like, this is fucking awesome. I love Cecil's story, like, because to me,
Yeah, the
Cecil's
background
just
on
been
him.
yeah, and you really understand him.
Hmm.
And I even love like their little side episodes, not the Omni Man one, but I love the side episode with with Immortal because
Hey, yo,
I
fuck
I I
Immortal.
yo
Fuck Immortal.
I'm
That man is
interested
weak.
though. Yeah, but I'm interested in like how his mind has to work. Like remember when he went
That man is
when they
0 per 5, bro.
no, yo always getting his head chopped off, bro. Every time. No,
Bro.
but the
Every
thing is that
fucking time.
when he gets taken, like when he has to be in charge, like it's
Oh, in
like
the
his
other multiverse?
destiny. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
episode I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I really love that episode because I'm like, damn, dude, imagine literally having to be the head just because you're the oldest, and you always have to come back at some point. You always
Yeah.
outlive whoever you love. Like it was like that right there. I was like, yo, and it's made me curious about what's happening in the future. I will say the thing that I disliked, I
Mhm.
did not like the fucking Sterling K. Brown character. I, I'm I'm over him, but I did love the alternate version Marks. I thought that was fun and like a funny
Bro,
episode,
there
and
were
it was a
so
good
many
episode.
crazy lines.
And
So
then,
many crazy
dude,
lines.
did notice that one of them was dating the gay friend. One of the
William,
marks is
yeah.
yeah.
I
He's like,
miss
I
Will,
miss
yeah, I
William.
remember. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it was dope. Like I really did enjoy like
Dude,
those episodes. I just thought it was kind of useless, but I mean,
okay.
whatever.
I'll add some stuff because now that we can actually talk about it. From the episode where all the marks attack, if you
Hmm.
notice, the ones that were raised by his mom
Hmm.
were more likely to protect the house, and the ones that
Yeah,
killed their mom were more likely to just kill everyone. Like, did not
yeah.
give a fuck.
Hmm.
Um, I thought the placement of the Billie Eilish song when Buddy died was insane work. I
Mm.
had tears. I was like, yo,
That was actually really fucking sad.
that shit was sad.
Yeah.
I loved the Powerplex um
Hmm.
monologue, and I don't know if you've seen it on TikTok, but I'll send it to you. Now that you've
All
watched it,
right.
I can send you the memes.
Yeah.
But I love the addition of Powerplex. Mark finally showing us at least a little bit of the power that he has. My
Yeah.
main takeaway from this season, because we'll rank it after this, but
Mm.
the one thing I still dislike about this show is Mark is supposed to be invincible, yet he gets his ass beat
Yes, beat
day in and day out on every
out,
episode.
dude. Every fucking
Every fucking
time.
episode. When
It's
are we
like,
going to see him live at least beat someone up and you're like, "Oh, okay. Okay."
yeah. Like, and I did like
That.
there are some things that I didn't really rock with, but what I did like, even the superstitious elements of it,
Mhm.
like the dragon that's invincible, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the dragon guy,
The
like I
Chinese guy.
really,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I really did even love that kind of idea, because then it kind of leaned us into Adam Eve and her having powers that are beyond just strength. It's like
Yeah.
it's almost like it's almost like they kind of set us up for a lot of things that were going to happen in the future episodes. I mean,
Yeah.
it was solid,
No,
very
I
very
will
solid.
say, Adam Eve, I know that they put a plug in her so she doesn't go full OP all the time,
Yeah.
but seeing her go full OP, even though we thought she was dead, because I was texting my friend and I was like, oh my god, they killed her. I can't. And then boom.
No, dude, but what gets me is that that's what she was talking about when she said, when
Mhm.
she was telling Cecil, I have to do it. Like, I thought she was talking
It's
about,
to.
oh, I have to sacrifice
Mhm.
myself so Mark could go ahead and do something, whatever. I thought that's what she meant, or that she has to go help Mark. No, she meant I have to die so I can access that shit,
That,
and
yeah,
whatever happens
that
is gonna
extra
happen.
level.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh, what? Dude,
Yeah.
if you guys, I know J-Rock, you don't like anime, but if you guys watch
No.
Naruto, this is what Sakura was supposed to be, and like they really just kind of encapsulated it, and that's how you write a female character without making her be the damsel in distress. Every episode her and Mark worked together, it was a team effort. It was never
Yeah.
like, oh man, I need to just protect her and like save her. It was like, nah, I got it. Like, bro, let's do this together. And it was
Yeah.
awesome.
What do you
um
rank it?
I rank it at 8.5. I rank it at
Okay.
8.5. It almost got a 9. It almost got a 9. It was just that there was too many, there wasn't enough exploration into the Omni Man, like the Omni Man and what you
Alan.
call it, and the alien, and Alan the alien. There wasn't too much exploration to that. We only got one episode, and it was half an episode even, and I
Mhm.
didn't like that. I wish there was more. And then also the Sterling K. Brown character, like I didn't like his specific storyline. It was just, it felt thrown in there, so I didn't like that either. Like
Okay.
everything else felt like it had meaning except for those things. And I mean, it's, if it was a 20 episode like season, then I wouldn't really take so many points away. But it's
Mhm.
like it's not enough episodes for us to take these types of like chances. What about you?
Cool. I gave it a 9.
Okay,
Um,
I can see
my
that.
issues were mostly Mark, when are we going to see him actually be invincible? And then the lack of storyline with Omni Man and Alan. It was
Yeah.
kind of like, where the fuck are they? Are they coming? Obviously, they defeated the Viltrumites on that spaceship,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
like,
What's
what's going
going
on?
on?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to the next show that's on my radar. We haven't watched this show. We just want an opinion. And we want to know if you guys think the Pop the Balloon show on Netflix should stay on YouTube. Should they cancel it, or should they keep trying to, do it on Netflix? If you guys don't know what Pop the Balloon is, pretty much it's a dating show where people come out, they pop the balloon on who they are attracted to and who they like, and if they do like you, then your balloon remains unpopped, and you guys go on a date or whatever it is. Um, so it's pretty much a humiliation ritual, but fun to watch. So they brought it to Netflix. They bought it from the original creator, and a lot of people are having hate towards it because they say it went Hollywood. It doesn't feel real. Blah blah blah. And yeah, we just want to
Yes.
know what your guys' thoughts on that. Well, I
I will
want to know
not
what
be
your guys'
watching
thoughts on
it.
that.
Yeah, I don't care.
J-Rock's always in protest. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to talk about. What is this shit? The last thing I want to
What
talk
is?
about is
¿Qué es
Abbott.
esto, coño?
Ghetto, ghetto. Abbott Elementary. Uh, we just I just kind of caught up. I know that you haven't caught up yet, and I
Not
just
yet.
wanted to say, changed my perspective. Show's getting really good.
Okay, okay,
I thought it
okay,
was just
okay,
good.
okay.
I thought they lost me, but it got me back. So
They,
you need to catch up. Did a little reeling. Did a little reeling.
okay.
So,
Well, I just, I already told you why I haven't caught up, but I will eventually.
Mhm. Of course, I expect you to. But moving on to our special topic. So this one's actually pretty interesting. I always say that about every special topic.
Yeah, you
Um,
do.
but I have a question. Would you ever publicize disagreements with friends on social media? You go first.
Why do I always go first?
Because I'm asking you the question.
Well, I'm asking you the question back.
All right, fine. Um, so no, I would never publicize anything that's going on with my personal life that isn't funny or have to do with like something that everybody's kind of generally going through. Like, so for example, if I'm talking about, let's say, I don't know, the current economic state of the world. If I'm talking about something like that, then gonna I'm fine with talking about that publicly or whatever. But if it's like me and you have a disagreement, I'm not gonna go on social media and be like, yo, I can't believe blah 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 did this. Now, unless I know that we have no relationship going forward, then I might do it. But I have rules and
Might?
stipulations.
You have
You
done it.
I have done it.
The fuck you mean?
But you have to have you have to have crossed the line where
Yeah,
where you've stolen from me. Like if you've stolen from me, then that's the only way. Or
it's
if you're
over.
threatening my life. If you stole it from me or you're threatening my life, you're gonna hold this L. So like for example,
That's the picture.
there is a picture. There's this girl named Carrie that we used to go to school with. She stole a bunch of
Oh
money
my
from me.
god. Why are you name dropping? Fucking hell.
So so quite a bit ago, I blasted her on Facebook, and like it was just calls from left, right, middle. Oh my god, why would you do that to her? Because she stole from me. You're bullying her. You're cyberbullying her. I'm like, she real life bullied me. What are we talking about right now? Uh, you need to
No
take
cap.
that down. You need to take that down. Pay me, and I'll take it down right now, and I'll say sorry. Like, yeah, it's like no. Often people want you to go ahead and pull back when they are not willing to endure what you have. So fuck them. And if I reach that point where like literally like you don't have to, it's not like we have a disagreement, we're not friends anymore. That's not it. You have to do something that impacts my life in such a way where I feel personally offended and I need to take like, and I, instead of me doing something to you, like, you know, I'd rather go ahead and put it on Instagram or Facebook or something like that. And whatever happens, happens. Like, you can't blame me. I remember I got a call and they were like, yo, she's right here. What you want me to do? I was like, chill out. I saved you. You're welcome. But anyway, the whole
Facts.
point of it is that I wouldn't really publicize disagreements with my friends, like people who I feel like I'm still gonna have a continuing friendship, unless it's very, very lighthearted, like jokingly almost, or I just don't see us having a future. What about you?
Um, I agree with the first part. I wouldn't publicize disagreements with friends on social media because I mean I know I'm like like a mean person, but I'm really not. Um,
Go ahead.
okay. um, I don't know. I don't. I'm more of a like we'll talk face to face and we'll hash it out and clear the air. And I just feel like if you go on social media instead of like having that conversation with me, that's pretty shady and like you're fake. So I'm the type of person that I'd rather, talk and leave the social media to the side, but like if you add me to your close friends and you're going through it, I'm here eating and talking. I'll be front row like, yeah.
I
Am
I
I
don't
nosy?
do
Hell yeah.
I
I'll be
don't
there.
do that. I really don't do that. Like I don't. I guess it's an outlet for some people, and some people they just
Mhm.
don't have the community, like the direct community, to go ahead and talk about things that are happening. So social
Yeah.
media becomes a healthy outlet for them. But I don't know.
It's not healthy though.
It depends how you like. My opinion. I mean, I don't do it, so I can't say, oh yeah, because I don't do this shit
Yeah.
because I don't feel like it would be healthy for me. But
Yeah.
I'm just putting myself in the shoes of like a single mom of three, no personal life, no real friends, can't really, really just has work and home, uh, and lives in a community where she can't really, have a social life. So I'm thinking
I
about
just
that person going on
I
Instagram
get
and then
that.
just like kind of venting. You get me?
I get that part. Like I do, but I just and this is also my opinion. I just I couldn't see myself doing that. Especially to like if it's a friend that I'm disagreeing with and I actually want to continue that friendship and want to save it, like I'm going to do all I can. Whether that's me going in person, phone call, whatever. But I would never take it to social media unless like I absolutely hate you. And I could get there. I could get to Kendrick levels.
That's all I ever
So,
want. So it makes it so I guess my answer would just be that I
depends on the situation.
can, but yeah, it depends on the situation. I wouldn't if it was like,
Yeah.
again, I wouldn't if I know that we're gonna be friends tomorrow. It's kind of like, that fiance or wife that goes ahead and bashes her husband about how shitty of a guy he is, and then everybody in the comments are like, leave him, and then the next post is like, you guys don't understand, he's a really sweet guy. It's like, then why'd you tell us that you hate
Yeah.
him? Like, so
I hate
that's
that.
where that's
Yeah.
what I don't do. It's like, nah, if we're beefing, we beefing forever.
Yeah. I hate the way
So
that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way
talk, I
that you
hate the
dress.
way you dress. All right. So next, we're doing a new segment. It's called "What's Your Struggle." So we pretty much asked you guys, and a lot of you guys, thank you so much for actually chiming in. We're taking
Yo, we
some
got a
of.
lot of people.
We got a lot of people, like, and it was really awesome to
Yeah.
hear from you guys, even the funny ones and even the ones that are a little bit deeper. We kind
Yeah.
of just wanted to take this time to give our unsolicited advice. Well, not unsolicited, it's actually solicited, but unprofessional and unqualified advice on how, to
Yeah.
help you with
Yeah.
problems. Right? I think I said that a little bit. That was a little eloquent. Um, so pretty much, yeah, we went ahead and we got your responses. We're gonna not do all of them at once because it's a lot, but we are gonna go little by little throughout, our future podcast. So the first one is anxiety. That's all they wrote. I'm guessing how to deal with anxiety. So what do you think?
When you find out, you tell me.
Anxiety.
Because
All
we're
right.
on the same
So
boat.
to me,
I mean,
dealing with yeah,
you go first. You go first. Sorry.
I would say that dealing with anxiety, I think that if you if you take things piece by piece, everything becomes easier. I think a lot of overwhelming comes with anxiety in general, and I think that overwhelmingness comes from this urge to get everything done at once, or to have everything be accomplished at once. And that's not necessarily the case. I think if we just take a step back, breathe, and assess the situation, then we understand that maybe consolidation is the best form of dealing with anxiety. So let's say you have to go to work, and then after you get off of work, you don't have time to do this, and then you have to take care of this. Let's take a step back and let's prioritize a little bit. Let's talk to somebody while we do it. Let's find something that you can do in the meantime while you're going ahead and doing these tasks to make it flow a little bit better, go by a little bit faster. Something that I personally do. I don't know if it might work for you, but I like to watch TikToks while I wash dishes, while I do things, while I do things that I know are frustrating me, because it keeps me engaged, entertained, and it makes the thing that I'm doing feel less monotonous, if that makes sense. What about you?
Um, Based off of just like things that have worked for me or experiences, obviously talking to my therapist, but I would say the main thing that I've taken away that she's told me is to control what I can control. There's going to be outside factors or things that are happening that give you anxiety, and it's not something you could control. So focus on the things that you could control, like, all right, I'm feeling anxious. What can I do? We love working out. We love going to play basketball. Those are some things that I'd personally do. I'll go work out, go play ball, maybe go kick a soccer ball, listen to music, go to the movies, things like that, where I'm like, all right, I know that these things are going to make me feel better and take the anxiety away from whatever I'm feeling, whether it's work, personal life, just the world, the impending doom that we're facing. Um, but just trying to control the things that I know will make me feel better and get me to my next step or my next place, or whether that's, all right, well, I'm tired. I've done all the things that make me feel happy. Now it's time to go to sleep. Shut down, wake up the next morning, find other ways to continue to control what I can't control.
That's so good. I really like that. Another thing, not everything needs an answer, and not
Yep.
every situation that you've been through needs a resolution. Like, you don't always have to, solve something. Not everything needs to be solved. And not just in
Yes.
that moment, just ever. Like,
Ever.
I remember, dude, I'm gonna be honest. Kung Fu Panda, like,
Top
really
tier
threw a
movie,
gem
yo.
out top tier, threw a gem out there that not a lot of people, hold on to enough. And it's the past. The past is history, the future is a mystery, but the present is a gift. And I was like, I apply it to my life. I promise you, like, nothing that you have done is as serious as you think it is, and
Yeah.
everything that's ahead of you is as crucial or time sensitive as you think it is. So that's a way that you could deal with that. Yo,
Yeah.
for our first one, we killed that shit, bro.
Hey
We
man,
fucking
we ate.
killed that shit.
We
Yo, we
ate.
killed that shit. All right, we got one more, then we're out of here. Okay. All right. So this came from actually one of my favorite fans. She has been locked in with us for the longest, bro. So in 1 week, basement flood, coffee maker broke, kitchen drawer fell apart, sink tap broke off. And that's not even the half of it. There's a lot more. We're just gonna put it in different like segments. But
Damn.
Jesus Christ. So what do you do? I'm guessing the whole idea is, how do you cope with when everything is just falling apart?
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
I got one. I got one.
You start, yeah.
I think that the best solution is to realize that there are, never forget that there are so many things going right. There are so many things going right. It's easy to overlook the things that are going right when so many things are going wrong. So when you wake up in the morning and you realize, oh, this is happening, that's happening, this is happening. You woke up in the morning. There are positive things going on in your life. man. Like it's hard, and not to say that yo this is easy. Just be happy, because I hate when people just say to do the
Yes, I
obvious
hate
thing.
that.
Like it's not that easy, but at the same time, it does deserve acknowledgement. It deserves
Mhm.
acknowledgement to enjoy the simple pleasures, because sometimes things like what you said earlier when it came to anxiety, shit is gonna happen that you just don't have control of. And to me, laughter is the best medicine. Like I gotta laugh my way out of it. Like what else can I do about this? And I remember somebody was they got kind of upset with me because I was laughing about a situation that was really like bad. But I was like,
Yeah.
what else am I supposed to do? There's nothing else to do in this situation. So not to just hold on, because I also hate that when people are like, well, just pray about it. Just, hold on. It's not that. But remember, life isn't about getting through it. It's about living through it.
Yeah.
Experience these moments. So when you look back, you can go ahead and have a nice laugh. Like say that was a crazy ass time, but you're here. So appreciate the little things and enjoy the little things while you have them. What do you think?
Um, I agree with a lot of what you said. I wouldn't. The hard part of this is when it's happening to you, we all
Mm-hmm.
tend to dwell on it. And we'll sit
Yeah.
there and be like, of course, this is happening to me. Like, I have all the bad luck, blah, blah, blah. And trust me, we all do that. But the thing is, a lot of these things are going to be fixed. Probably not in
Mm-hmm.
that moment. It'll take a week, it'll take some time, but they're going to be fixed. So
I
like
like that.
coffee maker broke, boom. We'll find another way. We'll buy a new one. The kitchen drawer fell apart. It'll get fixed. Sink will get fixed. Basement flood will get fixed. Probably not in the time that we want it to, which is like
Mm-hmm.
immediately, like you could just snap your finger and then boom, but it will get fixed. So back to what you said, Jay. Try to find the positives in it. It's hard because in the moment you're upset, you hate that it's happening. But if you keep falling back into that negativity and just staying there,
Mm-hmm.
it's only going to get worse.
And again, take that step back. Take that step back from it. Don't lean so far into everything that's happening at one moment. Take that
Hmm.
step back and really take time to address the situations individually instead of as a cluster. Because that's when we start getting so anxious, is when we start seeing these problems. Instead,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this problem happened. And it's like, oh, this nice thing happened. Oh, this other problem happened. Oh, this nice thing happened. So when you start dividing them up like that, you might have a very better like feel about them.
I'll also say that I know money plays a big part in anxiety, especially when everything's falling apart. But look, I had to spend a lot of money on my car last week. And this is after I've already paid my rent and my bills, and I had like budgeted out how I wanted to spend the rest of my money. Obviously, I bought a bunch of Paige Becker stuff, which I had to put on pause because money. But yeah, I spent a lot of money on my car. I had to get all my tires changed because I had a tire that was about to blow up on me. Had to get all the filters changed, oil change, all of that. And in the moment, I was like, damn, like this sucks. I wanted to spend my money on something else. But also, I was like, I'll survive. Like, I'll be able to have enough money and do what I still want to buy stuff and do all that. But I could not leave the car dealership without getting all of that solved. I would not have made it home. So sometimes
Priorities.
you just have to spend that extra money. And I know it sucks because it's probably something you have saved up for a big trip or anything, but at the same time, like, you kind of have to just go through it.
Yeah. And remember, we're all a community. Life be life in all of us, man. So,
All of us.
you know, this is what this segment is for, just to go ahead
Even
and
God's
talk about
favorites, he be life in everybody, bro.
he be life in them.
Yeah, all of them.
So, like, this is what this segment's kind of for, just like those situations where, we're struggling out here, a few words of encouragement or, how to get through it. We got y'all. We try. even though it's very much unqualified. We still try to help.
Yeah, no.
But with that being said, I think we did it. Yeah. So we do want to go ahead and give a couple shout outs. Free Palestine, free Ukraine. Um, there's shit going on. I know everybody's dealing with things. I mean, but goddamn, shit has to get easier out here.
Free us.
And free us, bro. Real talk. Real talk. Free us. And it's getting crazy. I mean, and don't be don't be scared to just cut off those people who just don't understand it. It's not worth the headache, guys. But I mean, at the end of the day, we got to keep pushing through. Let's see what happens with life, but hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Shit, that's the
Pray.
most positive. That's the most
pray.
positive I can leave it off on, right? Damn, when can we get these what's your struggles? Like
Right. Who's gonna
help us?
answer ours? Our therapists are
Yo,
watching this like, what the fuck?
for real, like what are they talking about? What are these bros yapping about? Also hit up our Patreon if you guys want to be guests. You guys want us to review something specific.
React.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Shout out to King
react to
Docious.
things. Shout out to King Docious. I was just gonna bring that up. If you guys saw the King
Mhm.
Docious reaction, we did it live. We went ahead and we talked about it. We had a great time listening to his music. So that can be you. Just hit that
Yes.
Patreon. Click that link in the
Spotify.
description. Yes. Hit us up. We'd love to go ahead and, see what y'all got. But, we do want to thank you guys for everything. We're looking at the numbers, guys, and it's looking really good, man. I mean, I'm excited. Are you excited, J-Rock?
Yo, fire. We gotta blow up. We gotta blow
We gotta
up.
blow up. We gotta blow up. All right, guys. So once again, this has been the Jaysquared Podcast.
Peace.
Peace.